turns, 3 and 4. Chad White on the bottom, William Duff on the top. Checkered flag in the air. Who's going to win? It's William Duff. No, look out. He just junked it. Look out. Oh, my God. World's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. On the call tonight. On your feet. Off your seats. It's about to go green. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here tonight with the Growmasters Average Joe's Sim Racing League. Got some playoff racing here tonight at Phoenix. Just 2 races remain in the postseason with the Growmasters Average Joe's Sim Racing League. Tonight's race is the Skyline Chili 120. And ladies and gentlemen, who's ready for a 3-way? Not that kind, the kind of racing with a Cincinnati twist. The Skyline Chili 120 delivers 120 laps of nonstop NASCAR action where every restart counts and track position is everything. Drivers will push hard from green to checkered because the winner doesn't just take the trophy. They're going home with a Skyline Chili care package to match the bragging rights. Skyline Chili 120 here tonight at Phoenix Raceway. But folks, you may not know it, in the booth with me tonight, Christian Taylor. Christian, how you feeling about this Skyline Chili 120?
I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get my own care package here in the desert, Phoenix Motor Speedway. What's up, Average Joes? I ain't been on your broadcast in a while, but I am back here tonight. Looking forward to some playoff racing, Blake.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. And boy, look at this. Willie Smith with a new look here tonight, and that is one good-looking 3 truck. And Christian, speaking of Willie Smith, I think you got some information about the playoff standings. Is that right?
Well, I sure do. And let me tell you, these are some tight-knit racing here in the AGSLR driver standings. We got Mike Harrington up on the top, 11-point lead right now over Mike Weaver. In 3rd place, you will find Akari King White. He is 13 points back from your playoff leader. Jeffrey Petit next to behind him, 14 points back. Now, let's talk about the people who are chasing the chase. These people need to have a good race. They have got to perform or they will be gone. Justin Dry, he's 2 points out, tied with Willie Smith. Then you have Steven Bevlins, he's 4 points back. And then John Sheen, he is 8 points back. Now, let me just tell you, if your favorite driver is as follows: Terrence Murphy, Kern Fry, Jonathan Dominics, or Fred Chase, I have some unfortunate news for you. They're done.
Absolutely, and you got the playoff standings on your screen right now. Christian might have messed up a couple of those names, but nonetheless, you know what we're talking about. Take a look at the graphic. But on the board right now, Christian, it looks like last week's winner, Michael Harrington, sitting in the pole position right now in that number 8 truck. You think he can hold on?
We're going to have to take a look and see what he does today, and I will apologize. I know I messed up some of your names, but that's what I get for not showing up to work. Am I right, Blake? You know, you tried to fire me.
Yeah, you know, I've been trying to fire Christian for weeks, but, you know, it's just hard to find anybody willing to work. So, unfortunately, here we are tonight with Christian Taylors. We're watching Jonathan Day right now, currently in the 23rd position. Christian, let's hop on board. We got some new camera packs or camera angles to check out. Take us around.
Yep, so we are going to go on board Jonathan Day. Look at the focus in his eyes here. We are on his dash facing. There's an extremely annoying red light blinking at him, by the way, but we don't care here on Motorsports TV. We do this for the fans. Now we're strapped on right front. We're not going to go those cameras, you know, average people show going into the wall. Oh, man. We're going racing, Blake.
Yeah, we're going racing. Ladies and gentlemen, it's official. Quick time, Michael Harrington, top of the board. It's time to get gritted up for the Skyline Chili 120 here at Phoenix. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you tuning in to the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsport TV. You're watching the Growmasters Average Joe's Sim Racing League race here at Phoenix. Tonight's race, the Skyline Chili 120. Starting lineup is as follows. On the front row from the pole position in the number 8, Michael Harrington on his outside. The 3, Willie Smith.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, row number 2, you will find Nolan McClure in the 16 and Chris Mackey in the 25 to his outside.
Jumping on back into row number 3, it's going to be the 94 machine, Fred Chase on his outside. In the 5, Terrence Murphy.
Alrighty, row number 4. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, having some technical difficulties. But in the number 10, you find Justin Day to his outside. Austin Guerrero in that 45 machine.
Jumping into row number 5 on the inside with Skyline on the truck. It's the 51, Stephen Blevins on his outside. The 2, Michael Weaver.
Moving on back to row number 6, you number 62, Toyota of Jonathan Dominics. Looking for a good race here tonight. To his outside, the number 34, Gatorade machine, Adam Hoglund.
Heading into row number 7 on the inside, he's a fan favorite. It's the 12, Akari King right on his outside. The 1, John Sheen.
Moving on back, row number 8, you find the Hydrogen Motorsports TV machine of Douglas Ivy to his outside. Josh Westendorf in the 92.
We go back into row number 9. It's going to be the 70, Brian Day on his outside, playoff hopeful. The 24, Jeffrey Petty.
Moving on back, row number 10, you find Ryan McClurg in that 43 machine and a beautiful truck in the 91, Stephen Linger.
Heading into row number 11, it's going to be Justin McCurdy, Jason Russian in the row 12, Jonathan Day, Corey Moore. Row 13, you got Dan Adams, Brian Cook, and folks, we didn't say your favorite driver. They're slow, they're junk, they're in the rear. Field is set. We're about to drop the hammer and go green. Green flag in the air.
Your Trap House Racing Cars lead this field to green down the front stretch through the dog leg, as bumpy as it is. We're going to go into turn 1 here. Side by side, no. The 8 of Harrington's going to get a good lead, and we got people junking it already, Blake.
Uh-oh, looks like Jonathan Dominic's involved in an incident. Caution is out on lap number 1. Let's see what happened. Oh, he just gets dumped. Akari King Ride just flat out jumps him, Christian. Oh, no.
Oh, wow. 24 gets involved and no one to go.
Jeffrey Petty, playoff driver, involved there, I believe.
Jonathan Dominics is unfortunately eliminated from the playoffs, but Akari King Wright needs to stay clean because if he makes enemies out there, he will not be advancing.
Absolutely, and it looks like our timing and scoring having some issues reloading here, folks. We might have to work on that. We may as well go to take a quick break as we are under caution already here. Check out our new graphics, folks, on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. We'll be right back. And we are back here at Phoenix. We didn't get very far into this race before caution 1 came out. Looked like the 12 of King Wright just flat out junked Dominic's. But field is set. We're ready to roll. It's going to be the same 2 on the front row. That's Willie Smith on the outside, Michael Harrington on the inside.
Couple of trap house racing machines. Pace car is off. Field is set one more time. All the fans in the stands, they're on their feet. Not one of them are on their seats, Blake.
We're going to hop on board from the nose cam of our 4th place driver, Chris Mackey, in the 25. Watch this restart up and close. Christian, take a screen.
Alrighty, around the turn. It's different here at Phoenix. We all know it, but the green flag is in the air. We're on board with Chris Mackey here in the 25, watching these 2 trap house machines take the dog leg. Very bumpy here at Phoenix into a very tight turn 1.
Jumping up into the harpoon design blimp. See the chaos here off of turns 1 and 2. It looks like we are clean and green this time around.
See the cars bouncing off the wall on exit. That's something you got to watch all night. I mentioned how tight turn 1 is. Turns 3 and 4 even tighter as they head back to the dog leg again. See if these trucks take the cut. Yes, they do. Look at the shot there in the back of Michael Harrington.
Michael Harrington in your race lead. We're looking at all the guys chasing them right now. Looks like we got 28 trucks signed in here tonight. Michael Harrington still in the top spot.
Drunken Spider in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in everybody. Jesse Becker says he's taking a sick day. Blake, I know you had to write him up, right?
Yeah, you know, Jesse told me he was sick. I said, Jesse, you were already sick this year, buddy. So I had to write him up, Christian.
Yeah, you're only allowed to get sick once a year. I mean, that's the rule. Everyone knows it. But lap 7 here in the Skyline Chili 120. Welcome in, everybody. We have 120 laps here at Phoenix Motor Speedway on tap here. Will we see the 7 wide race that we saw in the NASCAR Truck Series Championship race on board with Justin McCurdy?
McCurdy out of Ada, Oklahoma, currently in the 18th position. He is chasing these guys out in front here in that number 4.
You'll see as the run progresses who continues to take the dogleg and who doesn't. That's one of the things about Phoenix. It will evolve as the race goes on. You'll find the dogleg to be faster sometimes, and then other times your truck gets so loose it just can't even maintain it down there.
And we're on board with the Ackworth Georgian Chris Mackey. Boy, he's been a front runner all season long. I believe he just missed the playoffs since he joined the season a couple races late. But he is trying to park this thing into victory lane, Christian, because the winner does actually bring home a trophy.
I saw that trophy, and I know I can't think of how many leagues actually do that, but let me tell you, it's a beautiful trophy, I will say.
You know, folks, if on the Hutchinson Motorsports TV side-by-side while we were on break, you'll see on the bottom right a Skyline Chili 120 logo. That's actually the trophy as well. So the trophy looks just like that logo. It is pretty sweet. We're watching these guys ripping around. Still Michael Harrington out front with Willie Smith in second. Nolan McClurg rounds out your top 3.
You know, when I think chili, I think of some good old deer chili. And if you've got some deer chili, you probably use Growmasters to go harvest that deer, right?
Absolutely. I mean, that's the only thing I would ever want to use when talking about deer minerals. They're the best in the game. And talking about best in the game, take a look at this guy right here, Christian.
What a paint. Man, oh man, that paint right there. I don't know what it is about it, Blake, but it's the best looking one on the track.
I don't know what it is either. There's just something about this paint scheme that I am in love with. And you know what? Let's see if the Juicy Spider drone cam, if I can get a connection around here.
All right, Drunken Spider's piloting us tonight, by the way. And I don't know if the name says anything.
He's drunk, Christian. I can tell. He is all over the place. But let's see if we can get a good shot of this nonetheless.
Careful with the catch fence, Drunken Spider.
Yeah, Mike, you're going to crash this thing. You better be careful. You know that's coming out of your pocket if you crash that thing. But look at this number 6 machine of Douglas Ivy ripping it around here, currently in the 16th position out of Laurinburg, North Carolina. Christian, what do you know about Laurinburg?
That you don't need to speed through there because there is a sheriff waiting as soon as you get to that town. And I mean, and their town goes to like a 45 speed zone, and it's like terrible.
And we have lost connection with the drone. Drunken Spider has just crashed it into the catch fence.
Oh, no. Oh, man. Well, good thing we don't have to pay for them anymore. You crashed your handful of them, and we got them to pay for it now, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've crashed about 14 of them, and yeah, the bill just goes straight over there to Juicy Spider Studios. But folks, if you're looking for video editing, 3D renders, any kind of cool graphic stuff, they can hook you up. Juicy Spider Studios, get a hold of them on X, formerly known as Twitter, or you can just chat with Mike there in the chat, Drunken Spider. He can hook you up.
Speaking of hooking you up, if you need a good paint scheme, head on over to Harpoon Design. That's where you're going to get your NASCAR style paint schemes starting at just $25.
Yeah, well, right now we're on board with Austin Guerrero out of Lima, Ohio, as he is above the number 80 machine of Jonathan Day, it looks like.
Wow, they're sliding paint there, right there. They're just giving him a door slapper.
Yeah, they're trying to junk each other, it looks like. Let's hop on board, see if we can get a little bit of a closer view.
45. There's John Sheen on board there. He's trying to insert himself into this battle from Trap House Racing. Side by side, getting tight there. Gonna touch? No, he kind of does a evasive action there. Still cutting the dog leg is Douglas Ivy.
Boy, Douglas Ivy, I told him, I said, Doug, if you want to run a Hutchinson Motorsports TV paint scheme, that's fine, but you better be willing that thing like you're going for the win every single lap, and that's what he's doing here on lap number 16. Hard to the wall! Oh, my. Who was that?
I blinked and missed that. That was the
Jonathan
80 car.
Day just flat out smoked the inside. Oh, no, look out!
Oh, he can't turn. Oh, my God.
Oh, he might be done for, folks. I don't know if we're going to caution here, but Jonathan,
I don't think he can turn.
He's
got to stop a toe.
Oh.
No caution. We stay green. Oh, my God.
Boy, we saw it live. Jonathan Day just smokes the wall, loses all steering, and goes straight into the fence. Could do nothing about it. Boy, that must be a helpless feeling, Christian. You're heading straight towards the fence, and there's nothing you can do.
I have been there, done that, and I've been heading towards the fence in front of the pack before, and it is a scary, helpless feeling.
We are still clean and green. And folks, you might notice a few graphic changes here in the top left of your screen on the top of your tower. We got a new light up logo for the Hutchinson Motorsports TV logo, and it's looking pretty good. And then on the bottom right of your screen, you're going to also see another animated logo there, and that's from our friends there over at Juicy Spider Studios as Michael Harrington continues to lead the race out front with Willie Smith right on his back bumper.
I was about to say, Blade, there's no way you designed something looking that good.
Well, I came up with something. Mike might have touched it up a little bit.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure that you did 0 and he did 100% of the efforts.
Yeah, it's possible. But we got these guys up front here, single file. They're all right there together. The top 4, Fred Chase has actually worked up here to the 4th position. And Christian, let's take a look at your HMS TV or charger board.
Brian Cook up 7 positions, tied with Kean Fry.
Boy, this is a new paint scheme for Mr. Cook right here. That's a good-looking number 87 truck there, don't you think?
I think it does have a good little fling to it. Some chrome action there. Spec map on point.
Definitely looking good, And you know what? Let's pull back out another another Juicy Spider drone cam. If I can find it here, folks. My camera's moved around a little bit here on me, so give me one moment. What are you seeing, Christian?
Genuine junkyard parts.
Not sure what a Superstar is there on the back. Is that a movie or something, Christian? I don't even know.
I am the wrong person to ask about movies, I will say. But this is a bright truck.
Boy.
Oh, go to the back again. Go to the back again. Look at that. Oh, well, Drunken Spider, get out of the catch fence.
What are you doing?
16 right there, forever. Do it for Biff. Don't lift for the Biff, Brian.
There you have it, folks. As Brian Cook giving it all he's got. And speaking of all he's got, Brian Cook is actually signed up, Christian, for the Harpoon Design 500 event. What do you know about that?
I know it is going to be 500 miles. Old Daytona in the old cars. I'm talking Gen 4. The 2003 iRacing car just got released. It is going to be one heck of a show. If you love old racing, that is the place to be. We've had a setup made that pretty much mimics how the cars were back in 2003. It's the best setup you could ever have, right, Blake?
Absolutely. And we got a handful of drivers here with the Growmasters Average Joe Sim Racing League signed up. Here's one of them, Michael Weaver in that 2 truck, currently in the 7th position. And this guy right here, Terrence Murphy, who was our winner of the Battle of the Leagues race. This guy is no stranger to winning big events. Can he do it again on Friday, February 6th, as he smokes the wall?
Not like that, but maybe he can. We are 24 laps into this 120-lap race, so less than 100 laps to go already. We are counting them down here at Phoenix.
Yeah, you know, another driver I've been watching here tonight, Christian, he was involved in that first wreck, Jeffrey Petty, playoff hopeful, and man, it's been a rough race for him. Probably has damage when he absolutely annihilated, I believe it was Jonathan Dominics on that first caution.
Yeah, that nose is going to have to keep an eye on it as we move forward. Is that going to be any aero damage? But here at Phoenix, one would say it doesn't matter too much, but we'll see how it goes as we'll be looking 3 wide as Brian Day back here trying to get around the 6 and the
boy, we got Duracell batteries here on the number 70 machine, and I believe we had another battery car there earlier. That was the 80.
Yeah, the Rayco batteries. Raynac?
Rayovac, I think it's called. I don't know. I
seen that
buy those
battery brand my whole
batteries
life.
often, but I never had to actually say them. So here they are.
See, I've always seen them my whole life, but I have never bought them once because I am a brown top Duracell kind of guy.
Oh, I don't buy the expensive batteries. I buy the mid-tier ones.
I tell you, when it comes to a battery, if you cheap out, you're going to get cheap results.
Absolutely. Well, nonetheless, Michael Harrington continues to dominate this race. We pull up your HMS TV lap leaderboard. It's an easy one. Christian, you can probably even handle that one.
All right, this is a long list, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with me as I get through it. Your lap leaders today include Michael Harrington.
That is it. None other than Michael Harrington, your race leader. That is one good-looking Budweiser paint scheme, though. He's got a new scheme, as well as his teammate, Willie Smith, with the Trap House number 3 truck.
I'm just saying, throw the checker right now. Ain't no one going to have a chance to pass Michael here today.
Yeah, you know, he dominated last week's race. He didn't lead every lap, but it was pretty close to it, and he's looking to do the same here tonight as we head into the season finale next week at Las Vegas.
You got Nolan in that 16 Ford back there trying to wreck the Trap House party. I guess he didn't get the memo that Trap House was going to dominate this race tonight, and he's going for it himself.
Yeah, you know, the Trap House told everybody to give it up, not even try, but it looks like Nolan McClurg here, he is not willing to accept that. We're going to hop on board as he is hyper-focused and reeling in that number 3 truck of Willie Smith.
You know, not only Nolan, but you have Fred, Chase, and Terrence right there on his heels, all willing it in. It's kind of like Smith's fell back a little bit and now is actually holding up 3rd and 4th place from the race leader Harrington.
And there's the 80, I believe, a lap down after maybe a couple laps down nonetheless, but he's back out there and
no,
he just got, I don't know if he just got turned by Chase or if he just lost it. We were on board with him while that happened. What are the chances of that? Let's take a look.
Heads up racing, though. He was able to lock it down, didn't damage the truck, and we're going to go back and see what happened, Blake. He turned down the 94. Red Chase.
Yeah, he just comes down on him there, it looks like. Didn't know he had a truck there, and he was there. So, unfortunately, it looks like McClurg kind of turns himself, but thankfully he didn't really hit the wall that hard, so we are back under caution here tonight in the Skyline Chili 120. Looks like everybody's heading down pit road. It's time for us to take a quick break, everybody's favorite. We'll be right back.
Average Joe's is pleased to announce the return of Growmaster as their official Season 2 series sponsor, and their continued support is greatly appreciated. Through many years of both hunting and raising deer, the folks at Growmasters have determined that the best way to attract deer is with scents that they can't resist to keep them at your mineral sites. So they formulated a great flavor that deer will love. This gives them the time to get the vitamins and minerals that they need. Growmaster also has meaning. Their product is the leader in the use of all-natural organic dewormer, and as much as they love to hunt, they also love to see their local herd strong, healthy, and growing big. It is their mission to help you do the same. Mention Average Joe Sim Racing League when placing an order for 2 40-pound buckets and receive a free hat. Happy scouting and hunting from the team at Herd Health Wildlife Products and the Growmasters brand.
We are back here at the Skyline Chili 120. Pace car is in. Field is set as they go down the backstretch. Front row, nothing's changed there. It's going to be Michael Harrington, Willie Smith.
Long backstretch here that they had to go down before the green flag, but around the turn they go.
We're going to hop on board here with Akari King right on this restart. Let's go to the right front suspension cam as the green flag's back in the air here at Phoenix.
That bumper in front of there will make you hungry. You got the hot dogs with the sauerkraut on it maybe, but nonetheless, we are back green here on board Akari King right. Look at these trucks fan out as they go through turns 1 and 2. There are little slideways in front of them. Saves it. The 16 of Nolan McClurg right there saves it, keeps racing. Everyone's clean and green, but my oh my, he had to do some driving there, Blake.
Absolutely. And Christian, going back to the 2 truck, you were talking about the back bumper. You know what that is, right? That is a Skyline Chili ad on that rear bumper of the 2 truck of Michael Weaver, and I believe I saw that on another truck or 2 as well.
This broadcast is making me hungry, Blake.
You know, you're hungry until you actually go to Skyline Chili. I know you probably haven't been to Cincinnati, Christian. I have. Skyline Chili, it's definitely not everybody's cup of tea.
All right. Well, I'll take your word for it, Blake.
Hey, just think of it's fast food, but their main thing is hot dogs and chili. So there you have it.
Sounds like my kind of place. I'm just going to say.
Well, the winner gets a pretty sweet trophy. You know, I would show you a picture, but it would look kind of ghetto, honestly, because I don't have the full file ready to go. So maybe on a break, I'll be able to snag that picture so I can show you guys this beautiful trophy that these guys are racing for, and the caution is out. Let's see what happened here. Adam Hoagland is junked.
Oh, my. We got a parking lot on the backstretch.
No. They're still wrecking, it looks like, almost. But let's see what happened here. Here is your replay. Oh, the 16 just right hooks him. Oh, my. Oh, hold the brake. He's hitting everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, no. The Hutchinson Motorsport 6 car just got involved as well. 92 involved. Handful of trucks involved. Adam Hoagland just gets right hooked by the 16. Boy, McClurg's had a rough last 5 laps or so, Christian.
Oh, yeah. 16 just gets loose, and the 34 Gatorade truck is going to need a Gatorade after that one.
That's a good-looking truck, though, Christian. I love that old scheme of the Gatorade stuff. So that is one good-looking truck, or at least it used to be. Adam Hoagland out of McChesney Park is junk.
While we're under caution, Blake, I am looking at SkylineChili.com's menu right now, and oh my goodness, I don't know how you can say this is like the place to be. I'm looking at a chili cheese sandwich, which is a steamed bun with their secret recipe chili, diced onion, and mustard topped with shredded cheddar cheese. Oh my God.
Christian, fast food chili isn't always the best of quality, is all I'll say.
Well, I'll try it. Sign me up. I'm going to Skyline Chili.
All right, well, hey, if you ever go to Cincinnati, let me know. I'll meet you over there. I got some buddies that live that way. But nonetheless, Michael Harrington, still your race leader. 35 laps in the books. Well, 35 laps led by Harrington.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be able to take him out tonight. But, of course, we have seen people dominate the race and then just not capitalize. But I don't think that's going to be the case with Harrington here tonight. No way.
Absolutely, and he's also got his teammate right behind him. So, I mean, a lot of times you got to worry, man, is that guy here at a short track going to just dive bomb me and junk me going into turn 4. Well, you don't really have to worry about that with Willie Smith in second. So that's definitely got to feel good in the back of his mind. But he knows Willie's going to race him for everything he has to try to win it as well.
I mean, yeah, I mean, teammates are only that. I mean, you got to be out there to win for yourself.
Don't count out this 94, though. Fred Chase, he's had some serious speed all season long. It just seems like he's been involved in a lot of incidents, and a lot of stuff hasn't been his fault. But I've seen him charge through the field a number of times running up front.
One to keep an eye on, I'll say for sure, then, Blake.
Terrence Murphy, every single week he's battling for a podium. And, I mean, we know he's one of the best in the business as he won the Battle of the Leagues here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV about a month ago as the pace car is in. Field is set. Front row, it's going to be what it's been all night long. Harrington on the inside, Smith on the outside.
These look like some hungry machines. Ready to go back green flag racing. As they go around the turns 3 and 4, heading towards the Phoenix Dogleg. Ladies and gentlemen, green flag back in the air here at the Skyline Chili. 120 now on lap number 40. We are back racing.
We're going to drop to the rear and hop on the nose cam with John Sheen currently in the 25th position. Look at this madness in front of him.
This nose can right here, new and improved. You won't see this anywhere else. Custom to Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Look at that shot.
Look at that. We even got another one strapped right next to it, Christian.
Yeah, it's just, you know, like I was saying before, I was going to say this before the race when we had to go to the grid. See the damage on the back of the 6 there. But, you know, you have those right front cameras, and on some broadcasting networks, they'll go to them and, oh, you're in the wall, you're in the safer area. Oh, no. We strap the cameras on the trucks here at Hutchinson Motorsports TV.
Christian, we've been doing that for about a day now, right?
Probably.
Nonetheless, we are doing it. But Steven Linger, like you said earlier, this is one good-looking truck. I don't know who made this thing, but they should be proud. This 91 is Steven Linger, currently running in the middle of the pack. Looking good, though.
Well, you're going to run at the front, middle, or in the back like me.
Fred Chase is junk, man. Just like I said earlier, Christian, poor guy just can't catch a break. Key and Fry involved as well.
I have a car about to hit the pit wall here? Maybe?
Take a look. Key and Fry, I think. Oh, he checks up for the wreck. 91 had nowhere to go. He got dumped. So let's try to find what happened exactly to Fred Chase. Oh, Willie Smith just gets into him there.
Oh. Says you will not pass me.
Wait, you don't see that a lot from Willie Smith. Looks like he just got tight going in the corner. I tell you what, Willie's one of the cleanest drivers in the business. That's definitely not something he did intentionally. But Willie Smith gets into Fred Chase, and poor Fred is junk now. Caution is out, though. Let's see what happens. What is Harrington going to do? You know, he pit not too long ago. As we pull up your pit strategy board, just 11 laps ago. My guess is you're going to see these guys mostly stay out.
Yeah, I don't think anyone will come in. Maybe Akari King Wright finally. He's been out for 42 laps longer than the rest of the field.
Well, nonetheless, folks, we may as well take a quick break so you can enjoy some of these new Hutchinson Motorsports TV graphics. We will be right back.
Racing. We're in the game.
We are back here at Phoenix as the pace car is in. Field is set. Nothing's changed anywhere, folks. Same front row. It's Harrington and Smith as we're rolling into lap 46 here at the Skyline Chili 120 as the drivers roll towards the Juicy Spider restart zone. Green flag back in the air.
Michael Harrington gets a good jump as he's been doing. Through the dogleg they go.
As we hop on board here, checking out the deck lid there of Michael Harrington, your race leader. Chris Mackey taking over the second spot for the first time.
Looks like Willie Smith got into the wall there and cost him some time, but caution back in the air.
Ryan Cook and Jonathan Dominics are jump.
3 wide racing here. Ryan Cook enters the turn. 87. Just nowhere to, oh, ow.
Well, I don't know who to pin this one on. I mean, they're kind of going 4 wide. Take a look. The guy up top, I mean, he's all the way up. The 92 could have gone down a little bit, but not much. That's just a bad racing deal, unfortunately.
That was a hard hit right there with the 62 and the 87 of Brian Cook there. That was a hard hit.
Boy, that's unfortunate. You know, this is, you know, typically these Grow Masters Average Joe Sim Racing League races have been pretty clean and green, but here tonight, drivers are struggling, might be pushing it a little bit more than they're used to here at the tricky, I guess you'd call it a triangle of Phoenix.
I don't think anyone's ever called Phoenix a triangle, Blake.
I don't know, with that dog leg, it looks basically like a triangle to me, Christian.
I don't know what you're thinking, Blake, but nonetheless, we'll let that one slide.
Take a look at this shape of this track. That's almost a triangle there.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us know in the chat. Is Phoenix a triangle? I just say it's a funny looking oval. I mean, I've
Connor,
never heard
let
anyone.
him know. Let him know, Connor. I know you got my back. Connor Gerard in the chat. Super fan of HMS TV.
You just remember Christian Taylor, though, Connor, okay?
But nonetheless, Michael Harrington, he's going to stay out there. We got Chris Mackey in second with Willie Smith in third. Christian, take a look at this. Well, it's new. It's kind of new. It's only about a week old. But take a look at this top 5 graphic we got.
Oh, look at that. Top 5 on the board. Michael Harrington, Chris Mackley, Willie Smith, Akari King Wright, and Terrence Murphy right there. That is a beautiful graphic.
Yeah, I mean, can you believe we actually got Jesse to work enough to do something for once?
I mean, before he played sick today. I mean, yeah.
It's real convenient. It's real convenient, though, if you think about it, Christian. You know, Jesse, his Friday or his Saturdays and Sundays are Friday and Saturday, right? Will he happen to be sick on the Thursday before he's off 2 days? Are you serious?
Yeah, I mean, mighty suspect, all I'll say.
Definitely a little fishy. But, folks, we're still under caution here. Caution number 5 on the night already. We're only in the lap 48. As always, we appreciate you tuning in. Click that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment in the chat. Let us know who you're pulling for. We're watching Willie Smith in the 3rd position with Chris Mackey 2nd. Michael Harrington, your race leader. And in the chat, folks, we got Connor Gerard tuned in. Drunken Spider. Who else is out there? All kinds of great fans tuned in. I'm seeing about 20. We're up to 32 watching right now here with the Grow Masters Average Joe Sim Racing League.
And pace car's off again. Cautions don't last very long here. We'll be restarting at lap 50 of 120. Will Michael Harrington just be dethroned right here?
Yeah, I don't know, but the field is set as they roll down the backstretch towards the Juicy Spider restart zone. We're going to drop the hammer and go green for, I believe, the 6th time of the night.
Round of 1 and 2. You have the restart. Green flag in the air. Michael Harrington leads the field to green. Cuts the dog leg there. Willie Smith on his tail this time, trying to regain his 2nd position from Chris Mackley there, side by side into turn 1. Chris Mackley gonna come down, push it to the inside of Michael Harrington. Not gonna be able to do it just yet. We almost had 3 wide for the lead, Blake.
Boy, Chris Mackey, he's pulled out some pretty big speed here in the last handful of laps. Does he have enough in him to take over that top spot from Harrington?
He is challenging him hard through the dog leg, trying to match him leg for limb there. All the way through. Willie Smith falling back now, almost losing his position to 4th right there for the 5 of Terrence Murphy, not able to just yet get around.
Right now, we're high in the sky with the Harpoon Design blimp, folks. Paint start at just $25. If you're not fast and you look slow, you may as well look fast. Head on over harpoondesign.com.
Brantley Roden high up in the blimp above the desert of Phoenix Motor Speedway. Some beautiful shots here on these beautiful trucks. Even Houdini trucks, some disappearing as you saw right there.
And there's Corey Moore right now. He's got the iRacing paint scheme. Normally he's got some pretty cool paint jobs, but here tonight he's going pretty old school and basic.
Hey, sometimes you just got to go back a little old school.
I would be all right if I never heard that again. As Kean Fry out of Jasper, Missouri in the 19th position, looking to make a move on Douglas Ivey in that bad fast Hutchinson Motorsports TV truck.
Side tight racing here as this. He had to do a good job of trying to keep it off of the 6 right there. And in turn 3 and 4 here, this truck looks a little loose.
Kean Fry giving it all he's got. He is going to take the spot there. It's going to move him up to 18th. But let's jump back up front. Michael Harrington trying to switch up that line a little bit as Chris Mackey's figured something out around the track.
Chris Mackey's trying to break up the Harrington party. Harrington unchallenged throughout the race, but he's right there on him, following that red Trap House Chevy around this track. Going to take the dog leg a little bit less aggressively than before, but matching him in his tracks.
Can you believe this in the chat? How sad is this? Crystal, Jesse's wife, is on his account vouching for him. Now I know he's lying.
Yeah. And you imagine Jesse like, honey, tell him I'm sick.
Honey, they're making fun of me. They're picking on me. Come on, Jesse.
Yeah.
Tell him.
God, I mean, you blame your daughter for all of your misfortune, and now you use your wife to vouch for you? Oh my God, Blake, come on.
You know, for our viewers at home, you know, we're talking about Jesse's, you know, his daughter is, how old is she now, Christian? A few months?
She's got to be like 3 or 4 months, maybe.
3 or 4 months. Jesse's always blaming her, saying, you know, he can't do stuff because of his poor, sweet daughter, when really it's just him.
Yeah, and now he's going to use his wife. I mean, next he's going to be saying that I'm causing him not to be here.
You never know what that guy is. We look at Stephen Linger from Cherryville, North Carolina. Christian, what do you know about Cherryville?
Absolutely nothing. I don't even know where it's at, Blake. Not even going to try to lie to you.
Never heard of it. Cherryville, North Carolina native, though. Stephen Linger trying to figure something out right now, running right in the middle of the field in the 16th position. But let's jump back out front as Michael Harrington's still holding off Chris Mackey, but Mackey not giving up, just about a quarter of a second behind.
I'm shocked Chris Mackey. I mean, he is willing this thing to stay where he is. We are about halfway there, though, so.
That is one good-looking truck, though, for Chris Mackey. Let's hop on board here with Chris Mackey, see how determined he is. Can he take over that top spot? Those belts look a little loose to me, Christian.
He's just comfortable in there, Blake. He's just trying his best.
Not very safe. He's just loosening his belts up here so he can drive better.
Yeah, he says he don't even need them. He said he'd take them off.
We got a battle for third, though, brewing. That's Willie Smith on the high side. Looks like Murphy's trying to make a move and take over that spot.
Side-by-side battle down the backstretch here. Going to lose the edge. I will say, if you have the exit on Phoenix, you do have that surge, but entry of the turns is where you get the speed. Five going to watch him up the track, trying to get him to lift early.
In the dog leg work out for him, and it's not gonna. He's gonna have to enter the corner down low once again, just so hard to pass. He's gonna have to throw a haymaker slide job or something.
Does he do it on corner exit here? Not gonna be clear yet.
Smith into the wall just a little bit. Is that enough to give Murphy the momentum he needs to take over this third spot? And yes, it is. Murphy into the third position.
Willie Smith gonna try to cross over. No, gonna be denied by the bumper.
Meanwhile, Harpoon Design 500 entry. Michael Weaver currently in the 6th position, trying to hold off the 45 of Austin Guerrero, who's having a career night tonight, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, doing pretty good here in the 7th position.
Top on board in that DuPont number 45 machine. You know, Christian, when I see that paint scheme, I'm always thinking of number 45.
Okay, Blake, if that's what goes through your head when you see the Rainbow Warrior DuPont paint scheme is 45, then I'm not going to judge.
But we go back out front. Michael Harrington, still your race leader. Jesse Becker says Allison is watching. I believe that. Allison, you know, she is a diehard Hutchinson Motorsports TV fan. She watches more than Jesse does.
Now, can you confirm or deny, Blake, that Allison is the first baby in the world to own a Hutchinson Motorsports TV onesie?
That is true, actually. She had that onesie ready to go from the hospital. I'm sure Jesse and Chris will put it on her about every night, I would guess.
Well, I mean, I'm sure she's outgrown it by now, maybe. I don't know. But let me tell you, Allison Becker is the #1 child fan of HMS TV.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I myself haven't even been in an HMS TV onesie. So, I mean, Allison, she's done it all.
I'm going to pretend that that image never crossed my mind.
Well,
Oh
we
my
go
God.
jumping up front
Please,
here.
back to the race.
Yeah, back to the race. Willie Smith in the 4th position. Boy, it's been a good night for Willie, but I'm sure he was hoping for a little bit better because heading into this evening here, Christian, he was currently under the cut line for the Championship 4.
Well, good race is what he's going to need to stay where he needs to be. He is 2 points back from the cut line. That is exactly so. Finishing ahead of Justin Day or Stephen Bevlin is pretty much what he's going to need tonight.
Yeah, well, it looks like it's working out so far because Stephen Blevins right now in the 8th position with Justin Day in 9th. So I believe if Smith can stay up in the top 5, looks like he'll be good to go and possibly advance into the Final 4 next week.
So I'm going to keep an eye on. We're over halfway there here at Phoenix in the Skyline. Chile 120. The race making me hungry. Oh, hard into the wall there.
Yeah, Chris Mackey, we know he was driving it hard earlier to run down Michael Harrington. Hopefully he didn't wear them tires down a little bit too quick.
The tires are okay because they're cutting that dog leg still, and it could just be a me thing, but later on in the run I couldn't run the dog leg and stay straight. So
well, it's interesting to see, you see Harrington, he's kind of diamonding that corner there. I believe that's in turns 1 and 2 on exit. So I'm not sure if that helps him save some tires or if it just gives him that big run down that long straight back stretch.
We'll say Michael Harrington though is ever so slightly pulling away as we might pull up the battle box.
Let's take a look at the new Hutchinson Motorsports TV battle box. Take a look.
Showing the interval. It's going to go green here in a second, probably.
We'll go into the corner. He's going to lose it. We'll see coming out here, though. He went in the corner about 0.8 of a second ahead, and he leaves the corner about 0.8283. So he's gaining a little bit here, not a crazy amount.
Yeah, but he's still ever so slightly walking away. One step forward is a step away.
Looks like the 5 is going to get around the 25 of Mackey. So Mackey falling off a bit here after pushing it early on. Let's see if Terrence Murphy can maybe reel in your race leader.
It's one of those races that once it gets spread out, we're probably going green all the way to the end. Now on lap 70 of 120. Harrington almost to a second lead now.
Yeah, Murphy had to get around Smith there. I'm sorry. Oh, no, Mackey's losing spots left and right. He's down pit road.
Oh, pit cycle's under green. Is this going to be the move to pit early? We're going to have to see as this race develops on.
Take a look. Look at that interval there, Christian. It's dropping, and it's dropping quick.
Terrence Murphy is on the way. So we might have had, him pit because he just felt like his tires were done.
I mean, it's definitely a scheduled stop, but I just wonder if it was a little too early. We'll just have to wait and see what everybody else does as that interval is down to 0.6 of a second. Terrence Murphy might be able to take over the top spot.
Well, I've heard you a time or two, Blake, say a pit strategy. Oh, somebody got some smoke right there. But I've heard you a time or two say the pit strategy isn't going to work. It's too early, and it proved you wrong.
Yeah, we'll pull up the pit strategy board here as we take down your side-by-side graphic. And there you have it. 40 laps ago, they pit. So pitting now, there's about 50 laps left. So I don't know. I still think it's a little too early, but Mackey, I think, noticed he was falling off, so he wanted to try something a little bit different. Somebody shooting fireworks on the track? What's all this smoke randomly?
I've been noticing that every time we go around.
Nonetheless, you're watching the race leader, Michael Harrington, trying to hold off Terrence Murphy. Race lead down to less than half a second.
He is willing in your race leader, Michael Harrington, who's led every lap so far. That may be changing as we see lap traffic on the horizon. Blake, how is this going to shake things up?
It's definitely going to play a role here, as we know Harrington's already losing ground to Murphy. Coming up on some dirty air, it's definitely not going to help.
The Pepsi versus Budweiser battle of 2026 is underway here in the desert.
Who's going to bring home that Skyline Chili 120 trophy, the best trophy in the business here with the Grow Masters Average Joe Sim Racing League? It's just a matter of time here in the next few laps. You're probably going to see these race leaders head down pit road. Oh, here comes Murphy. He's flying. I think he got it slowed down enough there, hopefully, but it's probably a smart move there. It's good to short pit the leader by a couple laps, but you don't want to be like anything crazy. 5 or 10 laps, definitely going to hurt you at the end.
Gonna have to keep an eye on that pit stop. I don't see any black flags popping up on my screen just yet.
Now he's definitely good to go. Let's see who's able to
Here comes the leader.
Yep, race leader down pit road. But so he's going to give up the lead for the first time of the evening, but Willie Smith right behind him down pit road as well, and he's gaining a lot of ground going into the pits.
Harrington a little less aggressive in than Smith was.
Akari King right now, your new race leader for the first time of the night. Somebody not named Michael Harrington out front on this pit cycle.
Chicago Fire paint scheme on board, and if your pit box is right, Blake, he hasn't pit at all yet.
I don't know. I'd say that's probably not true. Sometimes whenever there's a bunch of trucks, it can be wrong. So Kari King right out front, Austin Guerrero second with Nolan McClurg third. Then we have Fred Chase, Ryan McClurg rounds out your top 5.
Yeah, thinking about it, it can't be true because he ain't led any laps. That's right.
We're watching Nolan McClurg in that third position. Let's see the race off pit road between the guys that have pit. Let's see who is going to take over this race lead potentially. Here's a battle for the lead. We know Mackey super short pit the field, it seemed like, and Terrence Murphy's already got around him. So Murphy is going to be your race leader, and boy, Michael Harrington, he's lost some serious ground, it looks like. He's about 2.5 seconds behind those two.
Yeah, but we're going to see those fresh tires come into play. Maybe we're going to see how this plays out. There, Willie Smith behind them. We know on fresh tire that Michael Harrington is fast here in the desert. So does he have the time as we approach lap 80?
Michael Weaver just crashed, it says, but we are still clean and green. We'll get to that here shortly. But earlier, you know, we watched these guys enter pit road, and I mentioned Michael Harrington looked like he kind of gave up a lot of ground entering pit road. And it definitely appears to be that way because his pit lap time was 2 seconds slower than Terrence Murphy's.
Moments on pit road equals seconds on the track, and it's playing out here.
It definitely makes sense. Looks like he is 2+ seconds behind Murphy, so that is where the ground has been lost. Terrence Murphy's going to take over the race lead eventually, as Fred Chase, still your race leader, still waiting to pit.
He is waiting for that late caution.
Weaver getting held up by him a bit here, and Weaver cannot be happy after dominating this race. He might have just lost it unless he gets a caution. Let's take a look earlier. We saw Michael Weaver. It says he crashed. Let's see what happened. There you have it, entering pit road. He slides
sideways. Able to keep it rolling.
Thankfully, we're able to keep it clean and green. Well, good long green flag run here. Fred Chase continues to lead the pack out front here. We're going to hop on board.
wonder how much longer he can make it on his tank of gas. I know what he's waiting for. He's trying to hope a caution comes out and he, traps some people a lap down.
Yeah, if caution came out, it'd be big. He'd be able to pit. A lot of guys would have to stay out to get that wave around, and he'd have fresh tires. But for now, he's going to stay out, see how long this can last, as McClurg does the same, and Fry, Sheen, Rushing, Westendorf, Dominics, and Cook all out there still.
Back in the 9th position, you'll find Terrence Murphy, who probably will cycle out to be your race lead.
Key and Fry down pit road, so there's one of them. So that tells you right there, I think these guys are starting to run out of fuel up front. Fred Chase, I think he's heading down. Yep, there comes Chase down pit road this time. Let's see if McClurg behind him does. No, McClurg stays out. .38 watching right now, Christian. We got a good crowd here tonight with the Grow Masters Average Joe's Sim Racing League. We are here at Phoenix. Let's take a quick break. We're going to thank our league title sponsor, Grow Masters, real quick, and we will be right back for hopefully the finish of this one. See you in a bit.
Grow Masters. The highlight is 30 different vitamins and minerals and an all-natural organic dewormer, which promotes gut health. When any animal is not fighting parasites and worms, they feel better, eat more, and they grow more, antlers included. Mention Average Joe's Sim Racing League when placing an order for 2 40-pound buckets, and you will receive a free hat. This is an exclusive offer for Average Joe Sim Racers, family, friends, and viewers.
And we're back here in the Skyline Chili 120. Terrence Murphy has officially taken over the race lead for the first time of the evening.
There's Murphy, that Pepsi machine cutting a dog leg here. You see the lap leaders now is a longer list than it has been. Of course, Michael Harrington dominated most of the 73 laps led. Fred Chase has led 5, but you expect to see Terrence Murphy taking that second place spot away from Chase here soon.
Boy, Terrence Murphy, he's been good all night long, especially on the long run. So him out front, it is tough to believe anybody's going to be able to get around him. And let's pull out the Juicy Spider drone cam as we are up close and personal. Your race leader, Terrence Murphy. We got the one machine a lap down trying to get around him.
Yep, he's going to be up there trying to get his lap back. The 5's going to have to get out of the gas a little bit there to let him by. And as a leader, you don't like that, but you have to expect it.
There you have it, Christian. New bumper, same Skyline Chili on the 5 truck. Terrence Murphy trying to park this thing in victory lane to bring home that trophy.
United Dairy Farmers on the spoiler. I will say, if you ate today, think a farmer, ladies and gentlemen.
What are you talking about, Christian? I bought my stuff from the store.
That was produced by a farmer, Blake. Anything, there's 2 things in life that you use daily, and I promise you daily. It's farmers and truckers.
Well, that is good to know as we watch Terrence Murphy with the Red Bull helmet hold on to the top spot. He's got about a 2.2 seconds on your second place truck, Michael Harrington. And boy, what a heartbreaking finish this could be for Harrington after dominating the entire front basically 2/3 of this race.
Let's look at last time around. He turned a 28.32. Terrence Murphy turned a 28.29. So, I mean, the gap is fading relatively down, but the last couple of laps, he hasn't been faster.
Yeah, Terrence Murphy maintaining just enough pace to keep Michael Harrington about 2.3 seconds back. Third position, Willie Smith, who right now would lock himself into the final 4 if the race ended here. So a good run so far for Willie Smith. Chris Mackey, who short pit the field, continues to fall spots here. I don't know, he'll be lucky to hold on to a top 5 if those tires continue to fade. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens for the 25.
All-State, it's in his hands, apparently.
I say that because Kari King right in the 5th position. Last couple laps around, he got 0.3 of a second faster than Mackey. So I'm guessing Kari King right's going to be able to reel in Mackey here with 27 laps left to go. So we got a battle right here.
Saw Austin Oliver just destroying the wall up there, trying to stay out of the way. He's having a bad night tonight.
Yeah, it's been rough there for Austin Oliver. We'll take a look at this number 23 truck right here as we hop on board into the Hutchinson Motorsports TV nose cam.
Does he have Bad Bunny on board, like the rapper Bad Bunny?
I don't know. Let's go in the truck here, Christian, and check it out.
Oh, he is listening to Bad Bunny.
That's what it seems like. Austin Oliver, he's not very quick, but hey, that's a good-looking truck. I will give him that.
Definitely a different look.
As we take a look, Michael Harrington in the 2nd spots. Willie Smith still 3rd, followed by Mackey, Kari King right. Let's drop back in the field a bit here. Stephen Blevins. Christian, where was he at in the point standings heading into tonight?
He was sitting, and pardon me, you've caught me with my screen minimized. He is sitting 4 points below the cut line behind Willie Smith.
Yeah, well, looks like he's going to stay below that cut line, as Stephen Blevins' season might be slipping away here at Phoenix with just 1 race left to go.
Still cutting a dollar. 24 laps to go in tonight's race, though, Blake.
But going back to the point standings, you know, right now, who's it looking like is going to transfer, Christian?
Well, you know, Willie Smith has had a dominant performance today. I think he's going to be safe. Murphy is already eliminated, so this dominating race may be a little bit too little too late for him. But looking through the field, Mackey not in it. A lot of Chase guys are not up towards the front right now, Blake.
Is Michael Harrington, I assume he is in it, right?
Yes, he's in it. He's the leader, so that's why I didn't mention him. He's kind of, I'd say he's kind of locked in.
Yeah, I'd say him and Smith are locked in unless something catastrophic happens, and then your other two, we're trying to figure out who's going to make it here, Christian.
Somebody I think who's not safe is Jeffrey right now.
These guys are pitting again. I did not know this would have to be another 2-stop strategy. So, nonetheless, guys down pit road, they're going to short pit Murphy.
I didn't expect that either. That seems to be very odd.
I figured they were good to go the rest of the way, so let's see what Murphy does. I would assume they're good to go on fuel. I mean, oh, no, Murphy down pit road, so this is definitely apparently the right call.
Murphy had to answer quickly with that one, because if they did have to pit again and he knew he had to pit again, then this is kind of interesting, Blake.
Yeah, that definitely changes everything. So these guys got to get a clean pit stop. So Murphy down pit road now. Kari King Wright becomes your race leader. Let's see if Harrington can maybe get a better pit stop this time around.
You know, all those cars that stayed out late, can they make it on fuel when the others have to pit?
Yeah, well, Christian, we got some strategies brewing on pit road. I can confirm Chris Mackey took 2 tires on that stop. Looks like your other leaders all took 4.
Interesting note there. Keep an eye on it. We have a black flag on the field. Terrence Murphy.
Oh, no. Your race leader, Terrence Murphy. Man, he had this race in the bag, Christian. I didn't even know they had to pit again. And here, this means anything can happen at any time. Terrence Murphy had this race won. And now he's sitting on sitting on pit road serving a black flag.
I'm going to guess speeding.
You got to slow down before that line, Christian. Caution is out.
Oh, this also changes everything.
Wow, this is going to be interesting. Keep an eye out who's a lap down and who's not. Trying to find out
We have
what
a truck
happened.
in the middle. Chris Mackey.
Oh, Chris Mackey, after taking 2 tires, he's jumped. Oh, he just gets on the apron there.
Stops, locks it down, and has to stop.
Willie Smith.
3.
Oh, no. So Christian, basically our top 3 drivers of the night for the most part were just all involved in an incident. Might have just handed this race over to Michael Harrington. But we'll wait and see.
I want the people at home to write down before this caution who they thought was going to win and who they thought had this race figured out. Ball it up and throw it away because it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, you know, Michael Harrington finds himself a lap down. Let's see if he can get to the lead lap or if anybody trolls him and stays out off pit road.
Let's see who's in front of him right now. We'll take a look.
I see Nolan McClurg, your race leader. He did not go down pit road.
Oh, so, yeah.
Those guys are screwed. Michael Harrington, so basically Christian, or basically our top 5, they just got toast. You know, one of them sped, 2 of them just wrecked, and then Harrington pinned a lap down right after pitting, so that is unfortunate. Nolan McClurg staying out, as well as Fred Chase and Stephen Blevins, too. Unless they pit this time or something, but doesn't look that way.
You get penalized if you pit the second time around.
Yeah, well, you never know, but they're still out for now, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens here, folks. Things just got interesting here in the Skyline Chili 120. We may as well take a quick break. Probably going to be the last one of the evening. We'll be right back. We got about 15 laps or so left to go here with the Grow Masters Average Joe Sim Racing League. We'll be right back. We are back here at the Skyline Chili 120 as we go up to the Harpoon Design Blimp. Field is set. Things just got interesting here, folks. This is anybody's race. Nolan McClurg, your race leader, Fred Chase on his outside as they roll into the juicy Spider restart zone here at Phoenix in front of a sold-out crowd. Green flag back in the air.
Green flag in the air, and we'll keep an eye on the action, but I will just give you an update on the point standings. Willie Smith involved in that last incident. This is going to hurt him being a lap down now. A complete playoff shakeup, as it's going to be Steven right now in that number 51 machine. Probably
Christian,
just skipped it.
You may as well wad up those point standings, throw them in the trash, because nobody knows what's going to happen here. This is chaos with 15 laps left to go, and they're dooring each other back here.
I get they want to race and get the position for the lucky dog. That's the only reason why they're racing right now. 34 slideways.
I thought the 6 car there in the Hutchinson Motorsports TV 6 machine was going to junk it into the infield wall, but thankfully he did not. These guys racing hard. We're back here in 13th, but it looks like they're racing for the win.
Well, they practically are, Blake, because if they don't get that lucky dog, their race is over right now. 14 laps to go. We've seen the way this race has went, especially now that we've had a caution. Cautions do, in fact, breed cautions. Nolan McClurg out front for now.
So we were talking about having a pit earlier. We know they don't have to. McClurg went 42 his last stint. He's went 28 so far, so he's definitely got enough fuel in the tank. I was shocked how all the race leaders went down pit road here, but it looks like it's going to look out. They're junking it.
Oh, big wreck. Oh, we got everybody. The entire field.
Oh, my gosh. I don't even know where to start with this one. Adam Hoagland involved. Let's just start here.
So he just gets loose, and then that got everybody involved. Everyone checking up. Oh.
Oh, my. The 6 just got smoked by the 88. Hutchinson
88.
Motorsports TV6 car, Douglas Ivy. He's junk.
And if you know,
Man.
if you hit our car, that's a bill. We send the bill to you.
Christian, lucky dog. Michael Harrington is looking like on my screen. Let's something
Did you
change.
see how he was driving, though? I mean, he was driving his tail off. Now, here's the thing. If he got a single X in that wreck, I don't care if somebody touched his left rear, he will not get the lucky dog. So we're going to have to see what happens. I don't believe it till he takes it, basically. Who got it? We won't know.
And things that just got interesting as well. Fred Chase was up front. I believe he was in the 2nd position. He's going down pit road to get fresh tires. So let's see how this works out for him. McClurg's going to stay out, as well as King Wright, Austin Guerrero, and Ryan McClurg as well. So going to definitely be interesting here. And Christian, keep an eye out who gets that lucky dog.
Well, if we keep right here on the leader, we'll see them pass. So we're going to have to keep an eye right here. Who's going to be the one to fly by?
Boy.
Probably
Christian-
next time around.
Christian, about 15 laps ago, it felt like we knew what was going to happen. We knew he was going to win this race. We knew he was advancing. And now, literally, you just throw that all out because the top 5's race basically ruined. And then, I mean, half the guys that were going to advance in the final 4, they're out of it. And there goes the 10 around.
Oh man, so what's it, Michael
Justin
Harrington? Maybe
Day.
he got a little bit of a bump in that wreck because I know Harrington was ahead of Day.
How does Day get? Man, that is unfortunate. Let's go to this wreck one more time. We'll slow this down a bit here, Christian.
We're gonna
Find
see
out.
if Harrington gets an X at all. He's ahead of the action.
Oh, right there. Boom.
Oh yeah, the 5 touches the 8 and takes his lucky dog away from him.
Oh,
and
man.
you see the green truck right there. A miracle drive-by gets him to lucky dog.
Look at this is what ruins him. So look, if you're new here, folks, iRacing, you do not get a lucky dog if you get any contact in an incident. And look, the caution comes out right now, so these two get tangled up right there. Boom, that takes away the lucky dog for both of them. So that leaves it for Justin Day to get the wave around. That is crazy. This is madness here tonight.
Harrington asking over the radio, why did he not get the lucky dog? Race control having to say basically what we just said, that there was contact. It's very unfortunate. And even though he wasn't involved in the caution, iRacing doesn't care.
Absolutely, as the field is set, folks, we've got 40, I think I'm seeing 48, 49 people tuned in. We're almost at 50 concurrent viewers for the end of this one. Just about 10 laps left to go. Going to be 9 at the line. We're going to drop the hammer and go green. Christian, my guess, we're going to have another caution. But the field is set as they roll into the spot. Juicy Spider restart zone. Green flag back in the air for now.
The 12 car there was almost down, like back an entire row there. I don't know what was going on there.
Yeah, that was the worst start I've ever seen in my life. Akari King Wright ruining his chances here to get out front, but Austin Guerrero up to 2nd. I didn't have that on my bingo card.
Did you see that run he had through that turn? Going to go to the inside here, into turn 3. Side by side for the lead.
Oh, he gets kind of squeezed down onto the apron. He's going to lose some momentum there. Could have had a shot at the lead. Instead, he loses a spot. Guerrero back to 3rd for now.
But I feel like Guerrero has that speed right now, side by side with Akari King Wright. Got that bad start, but now has recovered. Side by side battle for 2nd, heading through turn 1 and 2 here. Down the backstretch, 8 laps to go. Leaning on each other for 2nd place here.
Christian, this battle for
Oh,
2nd
my.
is essentially the battle for the win, because look at how old McClurg's tires are. So as soon as these two get spread out, they're going to be able to pass this leader with ease, in my opinion.
Especially with McClurg getting into the wall right there hard. And it got to run now. The 45
Man,
going to
he
have
is
to
a
hit the
roadblock.
brakes
I
behind
would
the 16.
junk him,
Oh, he
Christian.
gives him a bump.
I would right hook him. He is blocking like a lunatic right now. I would take him out.
We go down the backstretch. You have people just jockeying for position side by side, bouncing off the wall. It's the 45. He's going to have the ultimate line on the exit here.
Oh,
through the
no.
turn. We have 3 wide.
Into the wall goes the 45 of Guerrero. Side by side, McClurg on the bottom trying to defend the lead. Akari King Wright goes to the top side.
The 45 making it 3 wide again for the lead. Who's going to come out? They're going to make contact.
Oh no, they're all
And they
junk.
hit each other.
All 3 of them
Oh,
are
no.
junk. Oh, straight up the track, into the wall. He's junk. Whole field, junk.
Anytime you think you have this figured out, they change it again. What
Oh.
a race this has been! Average Joe Sim Racing League brought to you by Growmasters and the Skyline Chili 120. Man, I am hyped!
My, oh my, you know, these guys just racing hard. McClurg out there on old junk tires. I mean, he's giving it all he's got. Wasn't intentional, just that's all the truck had left in it. Here it is.
You just see the 45 send it high into the turn. The 12 going to make it 3 wide in the center there. The 16 doing what he can. 45 gets into the wall a little bit. Doesn't happen yet. It happens up around the next turn. The 45 has to yield a little bit. He's going to go to the bottom this time to make it 3 wide. 16 washes up the track. Gets into the 12, keeps washing up. 45 comes up like they ain't even there. And then they all 3 wreck. 12, hard impact into the 1.
Boy, again, you know, I mean, basically the top 10 we had about 20 laps ago, they're all junk. So Nolan McClurg still scores your race leader, which I think is ridiculous the way iRacing works. But nonetheless, when the caution came out, he was the leader. So McClurg with the older tires, we're going to get a green-white checkered, I think. Can McClurg win this thing on these old tires?
And he's got to have some damage, right, Blake? I mean, he can't, he couldn't have took that wreck and be clean. I don't know if we want to take the Juicy Spider drone around that truck right now and see what he might have. But I mean, actually right here, we see it clear as day. He looks fine.
Let's see if we can get a connection to the Juicy Spider drone cam once again here tonight.
I mean,
Doesn't
a
look
few
too bad.
scrapes. That truck's fine.
Yeah, he's got some scrapes and stuff. Just the main thing is the old tires, and it really comes down, Christian, how good of a start can this 16 of McClurg get? Because he's going to need every car length he can get to hold these hard chargers off with the fresher tires. "50 fans tuned in watching the finish here, folks. You're going to see a green, white, checkered finish here at the Skyline Chili 120. This is the second to the last race of the season with the Growmasters Average Joe's Sim Racing League. We're going to lock in our final 4 at the end of this race.
What an exciting race this has been, Blake. I'm just going to say, I don't know who's going to win this when you have a family battle up front. It looks like McClurg's going to be starting 1-2 here.
I have no clue. You know, if we would have stayed green, I thought Nolan McClurg was out of it with his old tires. Well, now, you know, these caution laps kind of save him. And now he gets to set the pace here and get a little bit of a head start because, I mean, these leaders have definitely gotten good starts every restart.
If you're wondering about points, I'm going to be honest with you. I can't help you at this point. There's been too many shakeups.
Honestly, the points, we just got to throw them out the window, and we'll try to wait it out and get a confirmation of who your final 4 is. But the field is set, rolling into the Juicy Spider restart zone. It's a McClurg front row, green flag in the air.
That 16 takes off like a lightning bolt. We're going to have to keep an eye on him. 2 laps to go around Phoenix Motor Speedway in the Skyline Chili 120. He is trying his best, driving his heart out through turns 1 and 2 here. Does the 43 get the run?
How friendly is Ryan going to be to Nolan as he's going to run him down here with the fresher tires, hopefully, as they roll into turns 3 and 4. Can we get to the white flag?
It's looking likely here. The 16 through the turn, gonna be taking the dogleg for the final time. White flag in the air. Skyline Chili 120 Average Joe Sim Racing League, brought to you by Globemasters. Blake, I hand it over to you.
Nolan McClurg through turns 1 and 2, trying to hold off family in second. That's Ryan McClurg, hard charging into turns 3 and 4 with the fresher tires. Final corner here in the Skyline Chili 120. Not going to be enough through 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. Nolan McClurg wins the Skyline Chili 120.
Nolan McClurg takes home the victory. Ryan McClurg right behind him. And Kean Fry finishing 3rd. I don't know what's going on right here. The 43 just gave his buddy or brother. You know how they're related, Blake? I'm not even sure.
They're related. I don't know. I assume they're brothers. I don't know. They could be father, son. I have no clue, honestly. But we're going to find out, Christian, because they got a 1-2 finish, and we're going to have some interviews here coming up shortly.
What, my, oh my, what a race this was, Blake. This gets me excited for NASCAR season coming back here just this week. You know, we had the Clash on Sunday. You know, maybe. We'll see how that works. But the Daytona 500, only 3 weeks away.
The 45 just gave him a bump, and I don't think it was a friendly bump, Christian. But nonetheless, Nolan McClurg doesn't care. He's going to burn it down here at Phoenix. Your Skyline Chili 120 winner, Nolan McClurg, gets it done. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break, gather up some people for some interviews coming up.
Look at this. Look at this drama.
Yeah, well, we're going to take a quick break. We got to gather up some people for some interviews, and we're going to try to find out who is making the Final Four before we come back. Don't you go anywhere, folks. We're going to let you know who's racing for a championship next week, and we got some interviews coming up. We'll be back shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here at Phoenix, and man, oh man, what a finish. The Skyline Chili 120 did not disappoint. But folks, I think we've got our top three ready for some interviews. Christian, let's see if we can get these guys in here.
Well, finishing third place tonight, we do have Ian Fry here in the number 14 Ford machine. You know, what a battle this race became in the closing laps, Ian. This is Blake and Christian up in the booth. You got a copy on us?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Well, you know, welcome in. Like I was saying, what a battle this became towards the end there. I mean, did you expect to be in third place at the end?
I mean, considering I qualified dead last, no, I did not. I've never been very good at Phoenix, but being able to pull off a podium here of all places, I mean, I know it doesn't really mean much for the playoffs because I got eliminated last round, but it gives me some confidence going into Vegas that I can at least finish off the season strong.
Yeah, Kean, you know, it was an up and down night. You had some alternate pit strategies going on, just trying everything. But, man, it was just madness. Those last 20 laps, you know, it went from us feeling like we knew it was going to happen to everything just going out the window. And you find yourself on the podium here in the booth. Did you expect that halfway through this race?
Halfway through the race, I was kind of just in survival mode. I took my second to last pit stop at around lap 83, I think. And I figured with the math, if I saved, not aggressively, but if I saved just enough, I wouldn't have to pit again and I'd at least be able to salvage maybe a top 15, top 10. But once those last 20 laps happened, I just threw caution to the wind and said, screw it, I'm getting tires and I'm driving this thing. And whether I hit the wall, get a meatball on the last lap, or if I'm up on the top, and what do you know, I got a podium from it.
Yeah, well, it definitely worked out here. We're getting near the end of the season. Next week, we're heading to Vegas. How you feeling about your chances over there?
I feel pretty good about Vegas, honestly. I kind of grew up in the dirt scene, and Vegas is one of those tracks where you can find some success if you run the top just right. And as someone who grew up with the late models, that's one of my favorite things to do. So I have a feeling that at Vegas, I'll be able to at least put something together, but I'm just hoping it doesn't result in, you know, nothing too aggressive, keep it clean, and maybe we'll get some sort of green flag run like tonight that actually lasts till the end of this thing, just to see how everybody's strategies will play out. But if it's another caution fest shootout like this, then I'll adapt to that as well.
Yeah, well, hey, nonetheless, it worked out for you. And, I noticed you're from Jasper, Missouri. You ever go over towards Benton Speedway?
I can't say I've been there. I've heard of the track. I've never been there myself. I've been to quite a few tracks in the area, but I've never had the privilege of visiting Benton.
You should definitely check it out sometimes. I actually fill in over there announcing occasionally, but nonetheless, congratulations on your top 3 run here at Phoenix with the Skyline Chili 120. Before you head out, Kian, got any shout outs or anything to add?
Yeah, my teammates, Austin, and I believe it was Ryan who was in the call with us, just watching the broadcast, just letting us know what was going on high in the sky. Any family or friends who were watching, Zero, Josh, just anyone who happened to come out to support me, I really appreciate it. And of course, my teammates over on the roadside at Phoenix Racing Academy and EFR. Hoping I can carry this into carry this momentum into next week and end the season on a high note.
Absolutely. Well, hey, again, congratulations. Top 3 finish, putting it on the podium. Kian Fry in his number 14 Ford F-150.
Thank you, guys.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, your 3rd place finisher tonight, Kian Fry. And now we're going to do something a little bit different. We're actually going to pull both McClurgs up. We'll try to interview them individually, but ladies and gentlemen, your 2nd place finisher here tonight was Ryan McClurg. Welcome into both of the McClurgs. Ryan, this is Blake and Christian up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Welcome in. What a race this was. I mean, I wouldn't expected it to end the way it did, but you and Nolan rounding it out here at the beginning, 1-2. I mean, walk us through the end of that one, Ryan.
Yeah. Well, where I'd pitted so late, I waited to pits for a long time there. I had a fuel advantage on everybody. I had when the white flag flew, I still had. Well, it kind of evened out when Mackey brought out the caution, though. But still, even before then, I would have had about 5 laps left of fuel on a white flag. So I was good on fuel. And when I went in, when the Mackey caution came out, I only took 2 tires because I only had about 10 or 12 laps on those tires, and it still was a risky move because 2 tires here, man, it's just so out of control and loose. So
yeah,
but I tried it anyway, and I almost lost it a couple of times, but I got a little lucky there. So, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Yeah, it definitely worked out. There in the last 20 laps, it was just madness. It seemed like our entire top 10 races got ruined for the most part. But nonetheless, you found yourself there at the finish. Now, was anything running through your mind? Were we going to see some McClurg on McClurg action there for the win?
Oh yeah. I was I was trying to get to him, but just a little too quick. I don't think I would have moved him, but I was trying to get up beside of him where I can door bang him a little bit.
There you go.
But
A
I
little
didn't
bit
want to
of-
cost both. Yeah.
A little bit of you wasn't trying to wreck him, but you wanted to rattle his cage a little bit, right?
That's right. Exactly. I wanted to put a show on for everybody. I thought that would have been cool. He should have slowed down and let me beside of him.
That's
so
what I was thinking.
we could have put a good show. That would have been a good son right there, to his dad.
Oh, okay. So that answers the next question. It's father-son, right?
Yeah, right,
Okay.
right.
Okay. Nolan, you couldn't give it to your old pops there?
No, I was curious to see how deep he was going to dive it into the last turn, but it seemed pretty normal. I didn't see like anything too crazy on that last. I got a really good jump on the last restart too, and that 2 laps is not enough here. You got to get a little bit more than that to get around somebody.
Yeah, but before we move on to Nolan, Ryan, you got any shout outs for our fans watching at home?
Well, shout out to my son. If it wasn't for him, I couldn't and wouldn't be able to do this. And man, he helps me out so much with setups and just different things to work on my racing skills and my racecraft. We're getting better every day. We still have our faults like anybody else, but shout out to my wife and my mom. We've been through a lot. My dad passed away a week and a half ago. So we just had his funeral last week. And so shout out to my mom and my wife for all that they've been through and just being there, all of us being there with each other, including my son, during that time. So.
Yeah, well, it's great to see family stick together there. And one last question, I guess, Ryan. Let's be honest. Who do you think your wife was rooting for there at the end of the last lap?
I think she was probably rooting for me.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
In my head, she was.
All right, well, hey, congratulations, Ryan, putting it in second position right behind your boy, a McClurg 1-2 finish. Congratulations, second place finish here at the Skyline Chili 120.
Thank you.
Alrighty, and well, he's already in here, but I'm going to do the hype anyway, ladies and gentlemen. It is official. Your winner of the Skyline Chili 120 is going to be Nolan McClurg. Of course, Nolan, we know you hear us. Walk us through the end of that one. And I got to ask also a side note. So walk us through that one and lead into, was the 45 giving you a little bit of a good job at the end, or was that more?
Oh, no. No. I think the 45 was... I want to say it was in good nature. I don't think it was anything malicious. 94 was the only one we had any issues with. He was just a little too anxious to get up to the front. But no, it was a pretty good race. I mean, me, Harrington, and Smith had a really good run at the beginning. Green flag running, just 1, 2, 3, and I figured it was going to be like that for a while. I actually did. After seeing last night, I really thought we were going to have a long green flag run and not have a caution fest. But it was kind of a mix tonight.
Boy, we saw some great battles, especially there before that last caution. It kind of looked like you were a sitting duck with the older tires before that caution came out. Do you think that might have helped you out a little bit?
Yeah. I was a little worried that we had multiple resets because if we would have stayed green, I would have been short about a lap and a half. So I was already kind of in fuel saving mode, which I hated to do, but I was just sitting in 6th place, and then, the caution shuffled everybody, and I ended up in 1st and just held it out. And no, but the tires didn't really feel that bad, and anybody that had new tires was way too far back in the field to really be any kind of a threat here at Phoenix.
Yeah, it was definitely impressive what you were able to do with the older tires. You did some good clean blocks to keep that race lead, and it works out for you. You get a great restart there at the end. I believe you already mentioned that, but yeah, that was just a huge jump, and it was going to be tough for anybody to overcome that gap.
Yeah. I mean, it couldn't have worked out any better for me.
Absolutely. Well, hey, before you head out, you got any shout-outs or anything for our fans watching at home?
Yeah, definitely shout out Dad. I mean, keeps me going in here, even though it gets hard sometimes. Just gotta keep pushing through some. But the wife and the furry children, gotta shout out them too.
All right. Well, hey, short and sweet. Congratulations. Couldn't have been better for the McClurg family. A 1-2 finish. Now, coming into this race, did you guys kind of expect, this kind of showing for the McClurgs, or what?
Yeah. After last night's practice race, pretty much held first the whole race, except for it came down to like a fuel run at the end, and I was again going to be about a lap short. So last night I ended up just go ahead and taking the pit instead of coming in, but I'm glad it didn't tonight and stayed out.
Well, again, congratulations tonight's Skyline Chili 120 winner, Nolan McClurg. And have you already picked out a spot to put that sweet trophy in?
No, not yet. But man, I'm hungry for some Skyline now.
All right. Well, hey, congratulations, Nolan. Congratulations, Ryan. Christian, you got any last words for our top two here?
Oh, just one final congratulations to McClurg, especially Nolan. And I think we all know that Mama was cheering for her little boy. All righty. Well,
not in my world.
Well, we'll let y'all hash that one out. Sending you back down to your team to celebrate. Thank y'all once again.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Congratulations. But Christian, I got some news here. I've done some research. I talked with some league officials, and I have received word of your top 4, and it's kind of surprising, really. So the top 4 locked in appears to be Justin Day, Akari Kingwright, Stephen Blevins, and John Sheen. Wow. Big switch up there but for the end of that race.
That's going to be something to, that's going to be one heck of a Final Four battle leading into next week, Blake.
Absolutely. Christian, if the checkered would have flew about 20 laps earlier, I bet 3 or 4 of those names could have been different. So A big change up there at the end of this race. Total chaos happened after we had a long green flag run, and the McClurgs put it on the podium 1-2 with Key and Fry rounding out the podium in third.
Yeah, I mean, this is something we're going to have to watch going into next week. What a beautiful race this was. And if you had any predictions, I promise you were wrong.
Absolutely. I was wrong too. I had this running through my head. I had it all figured out, and then everything changed. But nonetheless, we appreciate everybody tuning in. We had a great turnout here tonight. These fans were pumped up. We're going to jump to break one last final time, and we're going to round things out with our amazing Juicy Spider Studios outro. And we'll see you next time in the booth with Christian Taylor. I'm Blake Hutchinson.